Hello and welcome to the France24 interview. My name is Dan Levy. I'm joined by the best tennis player in the world, Novak Djokovic. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
To put it simply, going into Rolland-Garros, you're on fire right now. You're in excellent form.
Well, yes, I am. I've had probably the best start of the season. My career.
It's the Australian Open title,
yeah.
4 Masters 1000s as well.
Yes. Yes, well, a lot of matches won, and couldn't ask for a better start, couldn't ask for a better lead up to Rolland-Garros, and obviously got myself in a very good position before one of the most important tournaments of the year.
You had another very, very good start to a year, 2011, 37 wins, I think it's 35 this year.
Yes.
It's pretty close. Do you feel different? Does it feel a bit different? Does it feel the same?
Well, it does feel different, obviously, because it was 4 years ago, and today I'm a completely different person, different player. I believe each season is bringing some new challenges and allowing you to grow in many levels. So I feel like today I'm more matured as a person. I've grown, I have improved, I have learned how to deal with my emotions better, and just overall a stronger player physically and mentally as well. So I'm trying to, incorporate all these experiences and things that made me stronger and made me who I am today, and of course keep the right path going.
That's interesting, isn't it? Because that's part of becoming a top-level sportsman is, you spend all these years working on your talent and your technique, and then eventually you have to learn to, I suppose, work on yourself as a human and maturing and controlling your feelings, that.
Well, absolutely. I think that the present moment of the sport and the future of the sport especially will be very demanding in terms of a holistic approach to professional sport, in terms of paying attention to every aspect of your life, both private and professional life. And I hope that people will emphasize on the young athletes that kind of holistic approach, allowing them to grow as people and to strengthen their character, their perception of life, the values that they represent, equally as they work on their skills, sports skills. So I think it's very important because it all carries one another, and the private life, whatever happens there, and your emotional stability or instability reflects on your profession.
You and I spoke about a year ago, and since then you have changed a lot in a way. 2 more Grand Slams, but also you're a father and a husband now. Do you think that's changed a bit in the way you approach the game, or you just a bit less sleep?
The way I approach my life. Yeah, of course it has. Obviously, being a father and a husband is a great blessing received from their life, and I'm thankful to. I'm very grateful for that. But it's also a responsibility, and it made me understand how I need to adapt to new changes in my life, but it also gave me this great sense of serenity, confidence, comfort, and fulfillment in every aspect of my life.
Yeah, it must change it a lot, and I suppose as well, it kind of. Because I think it was, you've seen some sports people recently saying, I think it might have been Messi, but somebody was saying that, he has this sense of when he lost a match, it was terrible, and now he comes home and he sees his child, and it doesn't quite feel such a big deal if he loses a match. I don't know if that's changed for you at all.
Exactly. Once you step on your inside of your home, whatever happened that day, you got to live behind, because in that apartment, in that house, tennis is not the priority. It's the baby, it's the family, and all the duties that go around with it. Of course, giving as much as attention and love as possible to your dear ones, and that's the purpose of the life. That's that's something that gives you that intrinsic happiness and the real value that you're looking for in life. Obviously, if you are able to balance it well with your profession, it's what I'm trying to do. Of course, you're going to have a positive results in both aspects.
We're here in Paris, of course. It's ahead of Rolland-Garros. It's hard to ignore the fact that this is a Grand Slam you must be very keen to win. It's the only one that's missing. Is it important for you to make that career Grand Slam? Is it something that you, because I know you dreamt about winning Wimbledon and world #1, is that slam something you're really keen on, that all four?
It is, otherwise I won't be here.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm trying to pursue that success, and obviously.
Is there a sense of completeness, I suppose, to it that you're looking
motivated?
for?
You know, it's incredible how the excitement is rising as you approach any Grand Slam. And especially for me here in Paris, the one that I didn't win, it's completely different feeling coming to Paris and preparing for Rolland-Garros than any other event, really. Not in terms of pressure and expectations, but just in terms of excitement and getting on the court, and competing and trying to see how far I can get. But that's something I look forward to, really. I mean, I've been building up and winning a lot of matches and putting myself in really position that maybe I never had before, prior to Rolland-Garros. So, hopefully this is the year. I can't guarantee anything. I can't predict anything. I can't say how the tournament is going to go, but I'm going to try to give myself reason to believe I can make it through an everyday commitment, discipline, and things that I can influence.
We've won every match on clay so far this year, so that's already a good
hope
run.
I can keep on going, yes.
I wanted to ask you a question I've asked a lot of tennis players, which is about that moment. You had it for the first time in 2008 in Australia, where you finally win a Grand Slam, and just that second where the ball goes in or out or whatever it is, and you win the match point. Now, tennis players always fall to the ground when this happens. Why? What's that moment like, and what is it about falling to the ground?
I think it's the moment of huge relief, first of all. I think in a way I can speak in the name of the other tennis players because I know how it feels. I spoke to many of them. Is the fact when you get that close, you dream of how are you going to celebrate that moment? You know because Grand Slams are the pinnacle of our sport, and those are the 4 biggest events we have, and there are very few things that are written down in the history books and allow you to put your name into a history of this sport. And one of them, probably the most important one, is how many Grand Slams you won, and if you win a Grand Slam. So that's why all the players kind of aim on playing and performing their best in these events, and dream of winning these tournaments, and visualize themselves with the trophy, and visualize themselves as being there on the court, winning the last point. And I think it's just a huge sense of relief. And I don't think it's only tennis players, but if you see the football players when they win a big title, Champions League, for example, a lot of them, they fall to the ground. Yeah. It's just that there's so many emotions going through your mind, through your body. Undoubtedly, there is a huge pressure and expectations and the importance of that moment, and you're aware of that. You know, you can't put it aside and say, okay, I'm going to ignore it. No, it becomes a part of you. It consumes you. Now it's on you if you are able to overcome that obstacle, to face that I would say big sensation of mix of doubts, fears, excitement, pressure or so forth. And if you are able to become one with it, and then it allows you to get to where you want to be.
You talked about, when you're a kid, dreaming of those moments, and I remember when we spoke before, you told me about making the little Wimbledon trophy when you were a child out of paper and stuff, and practicing your speech. But I suppose you don't imagine I don't know if the viewers can see this, but this kind of stuff, like the pictures of you and just that sense of fame. And I know you have the No Les Femmes on Twitter, and you have this, you have live streams where you talk to your fans. I suppose, obviously you get used to it gradually, but do you ever just think, this is really weird?
Well, of course, I did. I did get to the situations in my life more than a few times where I was just surprised, sometimes pleasantly, sometimes negatively surprised, but with the maybe attention that I'm getting and the amount of support and stuff like this. And I think the experience in my childhood and the kind of circumstances that I grew up in helped me to appreciate every single day and everything that I get in life. I'm really grateful every day. I try to express my gratefulness to life for allowing me to be where I am. And I think it's very important to keep that in mind, to have this awareness. And in the end of the day, I also try to use this fame, popularity, privilege status, whatever you want to call it, for good. Through foundation, through helping others, to conveying and transferring all the knowledge and experience to young tennis players, kids, and trying to really be involved in all these different kind of programs of giving back. And I'm glad that Uniqlo and I shared this kind of philosophy of course, aiming to be the best in what we do, but again, having the awareness of giving back to community through CSR programs. So this is a kind of a synergy that goes around, and that's what I always look for in my partners.
Thank you very much, Novak.
Thank
Wish
you.
All the best for your Rolland-Garros coming up. That's all for now. Stay tuned for more news coming right up here on France 24.